Welcome to Convertibot Reviews. I'm your host Convertibot, and the stars of the show today are the Bandai Shogoken Modeling Project double review of the SMP Victory Robo and the SMP Liner Boy. To my fellow Americans, you might recognize these as the Lightspeed Rescue Megazord and the Solar Max Megazord from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. And to those that are in Japan or an Asian-speaking country that probably would have grown up with the original Sentai, Victory Robo and Liner Boy come from QQ Sentai Go-Go 5, and I do not, these words that are coming out of my mouth are nowhere near English, but these figures are awesome, and they're model kits, so we had to build them. So yeah, let's get into that.
So yeah, there is definitely a lot to build here. In the case of Victory Robo, each of the vehicles are separated out into numbered boxes, which is really nice for organization there. And yeah, each has their own instructions, sticker sheet, you name it. And Liner Boy itself also comes with a set of 2 stickers, which are strange. One set is your normal stickers, and the other is your more, well, durable stickers. And those take up the place of all the solar panels you see on the ship itself. The build itself for all 6 vehicles was not bad at all, though I swear I took more time due to the stickers that you gotta put in place on these. I swear it added about an hour to build time each, and that's something I've noticed with all the SMP sets. Once the build is done, you have the completed model for Red Ladder, Blue Thrower, Green Hover, Yellow Armor, Pink Aider, and the Max Liner / Max Shuttle / Liner Boy. Liner Boy is its own set, so we're going to take a look at that later. For now, let's take a look at the Victory Robo. First up is yellow and pink. These two are virtually the same, mainly because they combine to form the feet of the robot. And yeah, both of the backs open up. Pink Aider here has a little ramp to put in cars like it did in the show. And Armor actually has a claw at the back that, yeah, used to clear out debris. Very nice. Next up is Blue Thrower, and the reason why I'm talking about this one now is because it generally takes the most punishment, being the upper legs and bottom, well, half of the robot. The stickers on this tend to fray really easily, so just be mindful with this when you're playing with it. Yeah, it's not going to last much longer. And unfortunately, a lot of the vehicles suffer from this, where the stickers aren't the best. Someone that's good with painting would definitely love these. Green Hover is next, and he's arguably my favorite part of the entire set, mainly because he's different. This one is just a VTOL-esque hover jet thing, and its main purpose, outside of providing air support, is actually to help combine the Megazord, which, case in point, this Sentai team is... all the Zords are human-made, no outside force here, so yeah, it's nice that this is included as part of the actual combination. And finally, Red Ladder, the offshoot fire truck that a little kid came up with, because only a little kid would come up with a fire truck whose ladders are actual hands. Yeah, this one is... out of all of them, this one's probably the most goofy. Especially when you have it fully extended, which, side note, a little bit of accessory here, is actual ladder arms you get for this guy. And yeah, this allows you to recreate little scenes of the ladder truck literally reaching up in the buildings. Very nice. Also, these can be used later for a attack that Victory Robo can do. It's just a extending punch. But it's nothing special. I honestly think it's kind of dumb. But regardless, it's still a cool addition. You also get an extra set of open hands, in addition to your closed hands. And yeah, they just pop on the same way, they're all on pegs, just swap them to your heart's content. Not the greatest, but hey, at least it's something. Next up on the accessory list is a bit of ropes or cables for Green Hover. You just plug in right to the bottom there, and these are supposed to represent on how the Megazord gets formed. You see, the first stage of the Megazord is Green Hover taking Blue Thrower up by these little notches in the side here, and just pulling them up, let the legs fall down due to gravity, Small issue with my copy. I think you gotta make sure these ropes or cables are all the way down, otherwise it doesn't like to connect all the way. And just pops right out. Pull the legs down, pull them apart, get rid of green hover because in reality it's just getting in the way at this point. And then you want to take yellow and pink, they form the same way. Pull out that back from earlier, except this time pull it all the way down. And move the feet up and connect them in. And here we go. Here we have the Victory Thrower, which is basically giant walking water cannon on wheels. Or on legs? Whatever. It's water hoses on legs because I didn't give the fire truck water hoses. Seriously, guys? Come on. I do need to bring up a fatal issue with my copy. The right leg tends to fall off. This didn't happen at first, but that peg has definitely weakened. I'll definitely have to take some super glue to it. Which, to be fair, this time I know it wasn't user error. The previous SMP Gingayo review I did, that one, most of those problems were caused by me, by accident, found those out later. And yeah, but this one, I know I did them right. And yeah, still got a bit of an error. Now, while all these individual parts are goofy, they do still work as a rescue team, putting out fires, saving lives, the whole works. Can't complain there, the theme works. Good thing there's novelty, but there is not size to this set. Here they are next to Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, Studio Series 86 Ratchet, another rescue vehicle, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, our previous review, and the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, or Gingaman Galactabeast. And yeah, they scale well with each other. Now, the full Megazord is the epitome of the whole is greater than some of its parts, so let's cue the music. All I gotta ask is, please don't sue for me using the theme song. But that transformation was the epitome of how it was in the original show, and I mean Lightspeed Rescue, Go-Go 5, doesn't matter. Also, look at this thing. It is a spitting image. They got it all right, proportions, everything. And the best part is, this thing is posable as heck.
Okay, so posability on Victory Robo here. This is probably one of the best posable figures I have ever owned. So, let's start off. Head, hinge joint. Alright, can look up that far, down that far. It is on a swivel, so you can get some degree of movement out of it. Not the greatest, but hey, it's there. Arm, full 360. Very nice. Can move out here, move up, also here, and even some there. So you got a long range of movement there. Bend at the elbow, more than 90 degrees. Gotta love it. Does not move back, unfortunately. Now, you do get a swivel at the wrist, mainly because it is on a peg, and this also can flip up and down, too. Lovely. Now, here's the cool part about the arm. Boom. What? Yes, the arm can extend for allow even more just dynamic poses. But that's not all. There is a butterfly joint due to the transformation, but that's not all. It extends to allow for an even deeper butterfly joint. What? Yo, what? That is nuts. Alright? We're talking like Magic Square Light of Peace level of crazy posability right now. Like, that's insane. Obviously, both arms can do it. And you get a waist swivel, because it's only on that one peg that's connecting there. See? See? Peg? Nice. But because that peg is on a hinge joint, you do get a little bit of an arcing back and an ab crunch. Very minimal, but it's nice that it's there. Alright, move those out of the way. Side skirts just peg in right there, and they can move out of the way to allow legs to move out, forward, back, extend. Seriously, extending joints is the name of the game on this figure, and I love it. It just allows for such a range of posability, like unheard of. A double bend at the knee, but it's kind of limited due to the water cannons, so if you just take those off, a ba-bam. Alright, beautiful. And a ankle pivot, which is very nice, very good ankle pivot. More than good. Wait a minute. Oh, it also extends. So you get an ankle pivot that literally can do this. Yeah, Victory Robo broke his foot right out of the gate. But you can do it. It's awesome. Not to mention the foot can also move up, down. Just, posability on this guy is insane. I cannot stress it enough. Alright, the amount of poses you can get on Victory Robo here are just perfect. It literally, all of the shit I said about stickers beforehand and limited stuff you could do with the vehicles, yeah, out of the water, gone. This thing is posable AF.
Furthermore, he's got a peg hole in the back here, literally in his ass, to plug in a stand. Which, yeah, just grab a Bandai stand or a Figma stand like I'm using here, and it just opens it up to even more options for posability. It's insane. And heck, let's go on to the last accessory he's got. His sword. Actually painted plastic this time around, except for the blue sticker I had to use there. But, oh my gosh, it's... How many times can I say this is amazing?
When a figure is so damn good, that I just want to hold it tight and love it to the day I die. Seriously. When I was 5 years old for Christmas, I got 3 things that changed my life. 4. Lego Star Wars X-Wing, the OG from '99. The Pokemon Soul Silver and Game Boy, which, yeah, that's self-explanatory, I'm a big nerd. And the original Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue Megazord. Now, first 2, I've either gotten a copy of it again, or I've gotten a better version, but this was the final piece of the puzzle. And I'm very happy about it. And I highly recommend this figure. But you know what? This is a double review. And we still got another figure to take a look at.
And here we have the SMP Liner Boy, or Max Shuttle, Max Liner. Yeah, there's a bunch of names. But it is definitely bigger than the Victory Robo. Here he is next to Bumblebee, Ratchet, Optimus, Galactabeast, and the entire team. He rolls really well, and he comes with a couple of accessories, one of which, a pair of hands, is actually meant for Victory Robo. First things first, you're going to want to open the wings on Liner Boy here. They just pop right off, and you're also going to want to attach those hands the same way as before to Victory Robo. And basically what you're doing is making it so that Victory Robo can hold on to Liner Boy like he did in the show. This is usually where it comes in to get their full combination going. However, there is a bit of an issue with it. It doesn't really hold on the best. It does click, but it doesn't stay there.
Great accessory, cool reference, pointless. Away with you!
And now, of course, the rest of the accessories are for the robot mode, so let's go. Transform. You might be thinking to yourself, wait a minute, it's just a brick? Yeah. Unfortunately, Liner Boy is literally a brick. You get a lot of articulation out of the arms and a decent head movement, but the legs are essentially just blocks. Very disappointing considering the rest of SMP figures have an incredible amount of articulation to their name. I know this from experience. I have multiple, I believe 7 different sets at this point. But yeah, this one is a letdown, especially because in the show we do see it doing flips and stuff, which, why couldn't they have engineered that here? Well, the answer to that is quite simple. It's because it's supposed to combine with the Victory Robo, and yeah, we'll get to that here in a minute. Another accessory that both figures actually have is an alternate pair of eyes where they just don't have the yellow light up eyes there. I'm not a fan of it, plus it's a pain in the ass to actually swap out, so yeah, we're just going to leave it to the side. Fortunately, he is much bigger. Bumblebee, Ratchet, Optimus, Gingayo, and Victory Robo. Yes, they look great next to each other, but I assure you one of these things is not like the other.
The real letdown of this guy is that he is nowhere near as posable as this guy. Which sucks because they come from the same damn line, you would expect it to be. But those who know Power Rangers, know Super Sentai, and know what this guy is meant for, there is a reason why he's such a brick here. It's because we are not done. Let's get into it. Cue the music. Got tight!
Hi there.
Why do I feel an impending doom when it comes to a copyright strike? Ah well, here is Victory Max Robo, the final form of the Victory Robo, and full-blown combination, and yeah, this looks amazing! I never had the Solar Zord when I was a kid, so having both of them together is great. However, I will point out, Due to the combination, some of the articulation that Victory Robo had is gone, particularly no waist swivel. That's pain, and not to mention the extra weight added to the legs. Yeah, that issue with the one joint popping out is more prominent here. But it does look absolutely amazing. Now you do get these little bits here to plug into the back of the feet to give them a bit more stability, which is nice, but you can also take off the Solar Zord's arms and use them instead. Options are good. It really does slim down the torso, especially considering it doesn't have much hanging off the sides there. And yeah, it does look pretty good. Personally though, I actually like to keep them on just because, well, it didn't do that in the show. And there is one major thing you can do, and that's recreate its final attack. Flip the arms up, flip everything out, and you have Max Nova, Max Victory Robo's final attack from the show. And yeah, it's basically just all the guns. I love it. Can you tell I'm American? Little note, he can still hold the sword, and yeah, honestly, my preferred way to display him. Definitely takes advantage of the size he got from combining the two. And with that, let's move on to one last size comparison. Here's Max Victory Robo next to Bumblebee, Ratchet, Optimus, Gingail, which they look absolutely great together. And because I borrowed the Figma stand, Figma Lucina.
Looking back on it, I was too harsh on this guy. Alright, it's actually a very well put together figure. Most of my issues were user error. The issues on this guy, not the best. Alright, these aren't user error. I actually made sure I did it right this time. But overall, it's a great figure. Alright? Even if it is two figures put together, it's still a beautiful combination. Alright, the posability on Victory Robo alone, perfect. Perfect. Alright, it makes it worth it so damn much. I highly recommend it. It is pricey. I think together, both Victory Robo and Liner Boy are about 150, 160 bucks, which isn't bad, but a little bit of a head scratcher. If you're a huge fan of Power Rangers or Super Sentai, I definitely recommend it. Hell, if you're a huge fan of Go-Go 5 or Lightspeed Rescue, I mean, why are you even here? Go get it already. Alright? These things, they sell out like hotcakes. Seriously, I think Power Rangers stuff is more overpriced than Transformers or Star Wars stuff at this point. No, seriously, fight me. Just look online. Holy cow. You been sued? Oh. That's why. Either way, I'm Convertibot. That is the Victory Max Robo, or the Lightspeed Max Solar Zord, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, highly recommend it. As for my next review, well, speaking of overpriced figures, here is the start of a combiner series that is beyond overpriced. Stay tuned.